Okay, so the Florida Panthers have taken a 3-0 lead once again, and I have to admit that um, I do not see the Hurricanes making it to the finals. Maybe they'll make it next year. Maybe they'll get a good draft pick. But this is ridiculous that they just it's going to be 16 and or like 0 and 16 that of their losses that they've had. They haven't won once in the Eastern Conference Final in in these last 16 games that they've played in the Eastern Conference Finals. Last 15, they're right now 0 and 15 for a while, and it's been like 20 something years. No, it's actually been 19 years since they last won the Stanley Cup. So there's that. I do think that the Panthers are just a dominant force. They've certainly deserved to go back there. I don't know what you're going to get out of the West. I think if it's the Stars again, the Stars are going to get railroaded. But if it's the Oilers, I do think that they can put up a fight, though, because I think, they almost came back. They almost had a reverse sweep as well. But I'm not, but I'm not certain what's going to happen out West. Jake Ottinger is not someone you should just sneeze about. He is really the just is an ace. They call him an otter swimming in his net because he just guards his net so much and he takes care of it. He loves it too. Like an otter loving his companion sort of thing. He will go out and protect that net is what I'm trying to say. And Wyatt Johnston, Jason Robertson, and Jamie Benn, they're not anyone else to sneeze at, too. They did come back in the third period of game one to win that game, and they are, the comeback kid. I guess they're good at comebacks, the Stars, they're as well. But you're going to go into game three of the... You're going into game three with a 1-1 tie in Edmonton, in Alberta. You need, Jake Ottinger needs to be on his game, but, oil country is very big up there. And I do think that the Edmonton Oilers are going to find a way to go win this series out. But I do think it will go to 7 games. I do think that the Stars are going to find a way to take one away in Edmonton in either game 3 or 4 as well. So there's that. And then they'll be back game 5. And then we have 6 and 7. And I don't know who's going to win. But I think that game, the Maple Leafs could have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. They really could have been there. And I thought that they were going to win that series against Florida, certainly after game 6, but it just didn't happen too. So there are a lot of surprises. There are a lot of upsets. And I do think it would be great for the NHL if there was just any Canadian team that would win too. But I'm still, I still have the connection to Florida. I like the Panthers overall. I've been to Sunrise enough. I like Sunrise. I think the only problem with getting to the arena is the transportation. There's no trains. I think in Alberta they have like this little trolley line up there. Dallas, I don't know what they have there. I think they have the Dart there as well. And Raleigh has whatever Raleigh has. I know Charlotte has some subways and stuff, or not subways, but some rail cars. A rail line out in Charlotte, but in Raleigh, I'm not sure. But the bottom line is that a 3-0 lead is not good. And today at 3 o'clock, game 3, we've got the Oilers and the Stars playing. But I do think we're going to get a repeat again of the Stanley Cup Finals. And that's okay, personally. And I'm just holding my phone in my hand, and I can't help but to wonder what the heck is going on in these NHL playoffs. I've never been so shocked, so surprised of everything that has happened at this point. I thought the Capitals were going to find a way to get past the Hurricanes. Hurricanes beat them in 5 games, and now it looks like the Panthers are just stomping all over the Hurricanes. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I should be grateful that the Capitals are not getting blown out by the Panthers at this point, and it would still be hard for me to root for either team, because given the fact that I like both of these teams, I've lived in both places at this point, and yeah, there's that. But I guess all good things just, yeah. I do think that the Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup again, and Brad Marchand, I do think Brad Marchand deserves one more cup, even though I have it out for Boston and stuff. But I really do think he's stepped it up in these playoffs. He has certainly earned it, and he certainly meshes well with the Panthers lineup. And I think that might be the key factor that puts the Panthers over the top one more time to go win the Stanley Cup, the 2025 Stanley Cup. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And with that being said, take care.